Hello, this is Unicorn doing a video cast for GameReplays.org. Now this is a quick match game between minijnrd as Rohan and True MLK as Isengard on the map Dunharrow. Now this map is usually very good for Isengard, so it will be a difficult game for Rohan even though he is on host. Now Isen has started with a pit and gotten his back mill from the off-host spot, and he's sending his starting orcs down to the left middle mill, where Rohan is also sending his both of his starting peasants, and the hobbit is going to the right side of his base to grab these farms over here. Now, Isen has gotten his first pit orc out and sent laborers from his initial mill to grab the other mills on his side of the map, one on the left here and one here on the right. Now, the initial confrontation is taking place with Isengard using War Chant to give leadership to his orcs, which will make them able to defeat both of these peasants. For that reason, now Jordan is running away with these peasants and sending the other ones after the orcs. And meanwhile, the hobbit has taken the first farm and will take the other one, and Jordan has produced 2 extra peasants to help him challenge the Isen early on. Isengard is sending his second orcs downwards, probably to harass Rohan's farms and to fight the oncoming peasants, and the third orc battalion is also already out. He's sending it to harass this farm here. Now this mill is a bit challenging for Isengard because there's a war glare very close by, so you have to waypoint the laborers on this side, as he has done, so that they don't lure the wargs onto the mill, which would make him lose it instantly. Now Rohan has gotten 2 inside farms and has at the moment at least 3 outside farms. He's trying to lure the troll here into the orcs, but failing at it in order to kill the orcs as well, so they wouldn't be able to attack his farms anymore. Now he's made a 3rd extra peasant and is sending it to fight the orcs. Now, as you can see, Isen is pretty well dominating the early game here. However, Rohan is sending these peasants over to Isengard's side to harass his mills, but the orcs should be able to handle them. These alone won't, but the other ones coming from the pit here will. And here's Isengard already attacking one of Rohan's farms. He's made some more peasants and used draft on them. Using draft is very important as Rohan, because otherwise the peasants are pretty much useless. They would die almost instantly to these orcs. Now Isengard has War Chant available again, so he could use it to defeat these 2 peasants, which he does as well. Now here, on this map, Rohan's early game is much more defensive than it normally is. Now, as you can see, he doesn't have draft available, so the peasants are dying very quickly to the orcs. However, he has a hobbit there to help, so they might actually be able to defeat the orcs. Yes. Now, these war-chanted orcs have been able to keep the peasants at bay, and Rohan has built his stables and has 3 farms inside. He's preparing to make his first horse, which will probably be sent to Isengard's side of the map to harass the mills and take down Isengard's economy, which, as you can see, is pretty good at the moment. He's already got the 3rd and the 4th furnace building, because he's been able to keep 3 mills on his side at all times, which is a very good economy boost in early game. Now, Rohan is still producing peasants in order to keep the orcs from attacking the mills his farms too much, so that he can also keep a stable economy at this point. And now the first horses have come out. We'll see what he does with them. Most likely he will harass Isengard's mills. At the same time, Isengard's first pikes have come out of the Uruk pit, which he's going to send to this top left mill to defend it. Now the Hobbit and 2 more peasants are heading this way in order to reclaim the farm that he's going to lose to these Uruks. Rohan almost has a full base. He will most likely make a well here in order to heal his horses. First, he's going to Isengard's base to check for towers. If there were no towers, he would try and destroy the Uruk pit here to make Isen unable to produce any more pikes, which would give him a huge advantage at this point in the game. However, Isen was smart enough to make towers, and the horse failed at that. Now, Isengard is making a warg pit, which is usually very necessary pretty early on against Rohan in order to kill Rohan's peasants quickly, because peasants defeat pikes very easily. Now here Isengard has used War Chant on this Uruk, however it will die to the horse pretty quickly, and Isengard will lose this mill shortly. And he has already lost this one, however the pikes are already there to reclaim it. The horses are at this point unable to fight the pikes because they don't have any upgrades or leadership. Now Isengard is going to try and sustain a good pike spam to cover the whole map with them so that horses can't harass the mills too much. However, seeing as Rohan is on host, he will be able to destroy some of the mills, but the pikes will still defeat the horses, so he can't claim them for his own. At this point, Rohan is trying to creep because he desperately needs power points at this point in order to get the elf summon, which is very useful against Isengard's pikemen. They kill them very quickly, and it's good for claiming map control or also rushing Isen's base once he has upgrades for his horses. Now he's concentrating more on the creeping. Here's some peasants trying to kill these pikes and take down that mill. However, Isengard has his first wargs out, which will easily be able to kill these peasants. However, Isen did lose 1 pike to the peasants before that, but didn't lose the mill, which is good for him. Now Rohan is sending some peasants along with the horses over here to kill the pikes and destroy this mill. Rohan has also taken an outpost here to give him an economy boost, which he will probably need against Isengard. Now, his pathways for these peasants were a bit bad, because he lost a couple to the wargs. However, it might also make them attack the farm here. Oh, I see, he's also trying to creep them at the same point. It's a very good idea, actually, because having lured the wargs out, the horses will be free to destroy their lair, probably in time before the wargs kill them. And yes, they manage it, and they get rank 2 as well at the same time, which is good. Unlucky for him, he didn't get the money here. His horses were already so damaged that he had to send them back to his base to heal at the well, which I see he's destroyed. He's made it at the outpost instead. Now the wargs are also trying to harass Rohan's farms, and Isen is doing a pretty good job of claiming map control here. He's got his whole own side of the map, and has left Rohan to 2 outside farms, plus the ones at his outpost. Now he's going to lure these wargs back to his well, where he will easily be able to kill them because the horses will be healed at the same time and will respawn. Now Isengard is trying to creep here, this warg lair, with his wargs. Looks like he will succeed, or will Rohan steal it? I'm not sure who got the power points there, actually. Rohan got at least some of the money, which is good. Now he's bought heavy armor for his Rohirrim, so they should be able to defeat these wargs pretty easily. But they managed to escape in time. Isengard has also taken an outpost where he's built 2 slaughterhouses, which reduce the cost of wargs, and an armory to buy upgrades for his units. And he's sending some pikes over here, 2 in fact. And he's got 1 covering this mill also, which is good, so that the horses can't just come and steal it. Now here's another battle. There's 2 battalions of wargs, so even without upgrades... Oh no, he's buying heavy armor for them. So they should be able to defeat these horses. However, Jordan has bought blades for his at the same time. Now he's got the 3 power points required for the elf summon, which he will most likely use very shortly. Once he gets an appropriate situation for it. For example, here would be good. There's 2 pikes, 2 unupgraded pikes, which would die extremely quickly to those elves. Now he's upgrading his peasants as well, in order to keep them from dying to wargs so quickly, so that they can do more damage to the pikes. Now the Rohan horses by themselves cannot enter Isengard's base. Isengard also has gotten some power points. He's taken Industry to give him an economy boost, and Palantir, which increases the speed of his units as well as revealing an unknown section of the map. He has now used it to make them faster than these Rohan horses, the wargs I mean, so that they can chase them down and hopefully for Isengard kill the whole battalion. As you can see, they're catching up, but Rohan has summoned elves to defend his horses here, which is very well done by him. Now, however, by this time, these pikes already have upgrades, and he's used War Chant on them, which will make them able to kill the elves very quickly with the help of the wargs. However, this upgraded battalion of peasants is also doing some serious damage to the pikes. However, it still looks like the pikes will win this fight. Now Rohan's used heal, but the wargs are coming in to help out the pikes. They should be able to take down these peasants and elves. Which they are, yes. That was well done by Isengard to neutralize Rohan's first elf summon and make him unable to use it so much. Now meanwhile, Rohan is trying to rush Isen's base and kill some towers, which give a lot of power points, which would be useful. He's also been able to take the right side of the map quite well. Also because he was able to keep Isengard busy with that elf summon for a while. Now these rank 4 horses will be able to defeat these wargs very quickly. Now the pikes are also helping out, but the horses will of course run away. He needs to go heal these peasants as well, so that they can challenge those pikes again. Now Isengard is keeping up a constant harassment here on Rohan's side of the map. However, he is completely ignoring this right side of the map and allowing Rohan to keep map control there. Now with fully upgraded Rohirrim, Rohan could actually try and fight these unupgraded pikes. However, he's now run straight through them and lost half his horse battalion, probably because he wasn't watching. So he's going to have to go back and try to heal them. He might try to take down this mill by running around it in circles and attacking, but he doesn't. Now Rohan seems to have bought Legolas. Yes, he's here creeping the troll. He's very useful for killing some pikes. And also for wargs. His Hawk Strike ability will kill maybe 4 or 5